my daughter interns. Interning is the biggest fucking scam in the business.
No kidding.
My daughter interns around, for like a shoe company, a big distributor, and I'm going. It's fucking like slavery.
They do all the work for free.
What a scam. My daughter said she's 20. She interned. She goes, you know what? I'm going to hire an intern for me. She's trying to get someone to intern. Her intern
for her internship.
Yes, she's trying to find someone to do it for her.
Like an intern for Kramerica. Sure.
It's just
Seinfeld.
Of course. Rich.
What?
So you got a daughter, but it's not like interning is nothing. Don't you get to put it on an application for a job, your resume, things like that?
Credits.
Anthony,
and you get,
hold on, man. I got to jump in.
Yeah.
You want to go down the list of interns we've had over the years and how many are actually in the business?
Oh,
yeah, but you can't be a
Sam Roberts might be the only one.
You can't be a shit intern and then be like, well, I technically interned, so I don't have a
Sam,
job.
do you know any other intern we've had in the last 8 years that is actually in the business?
Just Sal.
Oh.
And that really says something.
There's a big drop off right there.
I hear from guys here and there that are sort of doing okay after their internship here, but they're not doing radio shows.
I mean, I guess I could use the credits for another occupation, right? I mean, they're school credits.
I would think if you have a resume and you're going around, it says, I did an internship at this, here were my duties, things like that. It's got, can't hurt.
You can use the time to meet people.
And then
networking, sure, you're meeting people.
And then the owner that you're applying for says, this all looks great, but my nephew, who's an alcoholic, I think can do it a lot better.
He's got the gig. Yeah. Well, keep your application on file.
Yeah, the position no longer exists. We just have the interns do it for free.
Yeah.
We don't need to hire anybody.
Coincidentally, I see you're an intern here.
An even bigger scam, and I had to do this when I was in Rochester, I think there's a lot of people are going to be able to relate to this one, was temp to hire.
Oh, yeah.
I was a temp to hire for Xerox. I was hired by Xerox, technically. It wasn't a temporary position. It was a full-time fucking job. And they would just kind of like dangle the higher part over your fucking head. And the reason was they didn't have to pay for health insurance and all these other benefits.
Nice.
It was called temp to hire, but it was bullshit. It wasn't like they hired and said, we need you for a week or two. It's like, no, here's a job. And I would go, when does it end? Oh, it doesn't end. And I'm like, well, then why is it a temp to hire job?
Yeah.
They could pay you less and give you no health insurance. Companies get away with murder. I'm not sure if they're getting away with that one as much as they used to, 20 some odd years ago.
That's bullshit.
They probably passed a law.
You would think, right?
Well,
At Xerox workforce up in Rochester, there was a shitload of temp to hire. I mean, a lot. It wasn't just a little bit. Go ahead.
Did the real employees look down on the temp to hires?
No, we're all just losers.
There was just
we were in shipping and receiving. I'm not making it sound like I had some amazing fucking
shipping and
job that really mattered. But still, the shipping and receiving people need health insurance too. Obviously, they probably need it more than. What did we do?
Packing peanuts.
We played ping pong.
Oh.
So maybe I shouldn't bitch.
Shipping, receiving, and ping pong.
And then we learned quickly how to drive the forklifts, which was a lot of fun because we fucked around with that.
Oh yeah,
I officially wasn't supposed to be driving the forklift.
No, forklifts are made to have fun on job sites.
We got in extremely hungover because it was the days when the Opester was partying with the rest of them. So you'd come to work. Everyone knows this shit. You're fucking 2-3 hours sleep, still drunk. You sit there. And we'd play ping pong and just shoot the shit and shit talk everyone, waiting for a fucking truck to come in. Then the truck would come in and we'd have to do the...
Did you ever play in Hong Kong? There's a story I heard.
And then we get the manifesto for the truck, go through all that, and then back to ping pong.
That's what happened. I was working in a warehouse, and they said, you are not allowed on the forklift. You're not allowed.
Oh, wow.
And I went out for lunch and got high and came back and decided to take the forklift for a ride. And I just crashed and took all these fucking rows of I mean, it was a major accident.
Yeah.
And on the spot, I got fired.
Wow, on the spot.
But I got fired from everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
The temp to hire people are calling. Oh, my God. That makes the phones ring? Chris in Tampa, what's up?
Hey, Alp, how you guys doing?
Hey, man.
I work for a company that handles temp to hire positions, staffing company. And it works for companies because they get to try you out before they want to invest all their money in giving you, like you said, benefits, vacation, all that time. And they can pay you less. Now it'll all change with Obamacare.
I understand, but that's the theory. But the fact is, why would they ever hire you? Because that would mean more resources from the company going away. They would have to now pay your health insurance and everything else, and give you a better salary too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, a smart company will eventually hire you if you're doing a good job, because then now they risk losing you to a company that's going to give you a
They end up hiring an extremely small percentage of the temp to hires. That's the point. All right, fair enough, though, if it works. Someone's saying that Josh in Massachusetts. Go ahead.
Hey, in Massachusetts, they have a law that you can't be temp to hire more than 6 months. Well, there's a company out in Massachusetts that's well known that will bring you in for 6 months, let you go for a week, and then rehire you to the temp agency for another 6 months so they don't have to pay the base.
Yeah, there you go. There's always a workaround.
Sounds like how De Niro was getting the casino license. It's like, oh, yeah, when it reaches the top of the pile, we give you another title, throw it at the bottom.
Start
when
all
he's
over
applying for the casino license,
Right. And Toyota still uses it?
Hi.
Kevin in Mississippi.
Hey, man, yeah, Toyota does this as well. They hire and give you, they'll tell you it may take you up to 3 years, and say they bring in a group of like 4 temps, and there's one hot girl in it. Everybody's just completely fucked because she's automatically going to get it, and you just know it. And these people are working right beside you doing the same shit you are for like a third of what you're doing it for.
If you have a job for 3 years, that's not a temporary job.
No.
That's a job. Holy fuck.
Amazing. Just amazing.
To me, if you have a job for 3 years, that's retirement.
Did you work in a factory once, Rich?
Yeah, I've worked in everywhere.
Hold on. We might have an old friend of yours on the line. Mike, you know Rich Voss?
Yeah, I know Voss.
Where did we are you from Plainfield?
Yeah, Rich, it's Mike.
Mike,
Yeah.
Oh.
He doesn't know who you are.
Mike, yes,
I can't play this.
Yes, I do.
Who is it? Who is it, Rich?
Mike V is his last name, right?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
Go ahead, Mike.
What's going on?
We're talking Dugan.
What? The place that had the Zodiac signs that we all stole?
That you were selling in school.
Yeah.
What?
They had these round Zodiac. There were these round Zodiac things that if you spun them around, it landed on a birthday, a Zodiac. It was just a wheel with Zodiac. And I would steal them. And I would
pilfered the place and take them to school and sell them all day long.
Yeah, in high school, yeah, yeah. I mean, I had to make money, back then, and is that where I got fired with the forklift? Was it Dugan's there? I think it was.
He just fired you because you were stealing everything you could.
See, little thief.
I think I owe Mike $80 from back in the day.
Watch it, Rich.
No, you lent me for lunch money.
Yeah. We'll talk later. Hey, good hearing you. Take care.
All right, Mike V, everyone. Well, that was part of the thing. You had to steal from the job. It's really hard to do nowadays.
This guy was great. I knew his family. I knew him since like 4th grade. I used to go to his house for lunch. His mother was the nicest. The whole family.
You actually knew someone and had a good friend in 4th grade?
He was a nice. Yeah,
really
it was
strange.
like 4th grade.
It's very unusual
or
to
6th
hear a
grade.
story like that.
Why?
And then we went and bought some coke.
No, he didn't do drugs.
Like that.
He didn't do drugs. He was one guy that didn't.
Who did in 4th grade?
In 4th grade, Rich. Jesus.
In high school, I knew him all the way from 4th grade to high school.
We didn't get into the high school years. We were talking about 4th grade.
But he was like the smartest dude. He bought like Coca-Cola routes or whatever, or Roots, and very successful. But he was the one guy I hung out with that didn't do drugs.
Nice.
I don't know why I hung out with him.
You're right. In 4th grade.
In 4th.
No, in high school, anywhere.
No, Rich.
Fucking just shooting up before kickball.
And
crazy.
Who doesn't steal?
That's a crazy town were brought up in.
Who doesn't steal from?
I said that from the job.
From
yeah,
work?
I mean, especially
little pilferings, all right.
There's a little Zodiac, and I was selling them to a teacher. He was buying boxes and reselling them.
Why did they have boxes of these things?
They like this boxes, and all these Zodiac wheels came in.
Yeah, I
It
know
was
what
like
they
25.
are. But why would they have so many?
It was a big. I don't know. Why would they have so many
to do
bumper stickers coexist? Because people buy them.
I was the candy kid. Did you have the candy kids?
Oh, that
came in with just candy, and then I would just hike the price, make it twice as much, and people would always fucking buy their M&Ms and their.
You mean you would buy?
I was the candy kid. Yeah, I would buy sort of in bulk if I could find it. Oh, you did this too, Sam?
Yeah, I used to go to Costco.
Because for some reason, my junior high, I guess they didn't have a vending machine. So
Yeah.
I had candy, and people knew I had candy. I'm like, yeah, and I would fucking double the price. I was making good money for a kid.
It would blow people's minds because the gum said 25 cents right on the pack, but obviously you buy in bulk, it's less than 25 cents.
Right.
So I would sell them 25 cents, 5 for $1.
Oh, no, I would still hike it from there.
And they go, Sam, you're not making any money. I'd be like, I know, just pick up 5 packs then. I'm not making a cent.
So you were a candy kid, too?
Oh, yeah. Big time.
But then I moved on to being a bookie in high school.
For real?
Yeah, for the assistant basketball coach. I was on the team. Crazy shit. You know the
That's a little
fucking football. You know the football sheets, Rich, that we all have done. The assistant coach was the main guy.
No way.
And then he kind of got me almost like
He was the sheets guy?
he was the sheets guy.
In high school?
In high school, it got ugly, man. I think I don't even know how I got out of it, but I was in a little too deep because somehow he knew I was into it because I think I was getting a sheet from him. And then he was a little scared, so he needed a middleman.
no shit.
I was his middleman, and there was a side of Harborfields High School at the time where the slow kids and all that went, but that wing also had a lot of empty shit that they didn't use anymore. So we would meet in an old fucking locker room. No fucking funny business, but you can make your fucking jokes. And we would do the whole exchange and shit. I would fucking give him the money. He'd give me the sheets and all that shit. And then he would give me the envelopes to pay off everybody. And I had to pay off one of my fucking teachers after class, and the teacher knew. So the whole class, I'm sitting there, and he can't wait. I think he hit. It's been a long time, but he hit 8 for 8 or 9 for 9. He hit. It was a few thousand, which was rare, but he hit, and he knew he hit, and he knew the kid that had the money was in his fucking class in the back room. So then I had to kind of wait, be the last kid out, and then fucking slide him his envelope.
Holy fuck, that's...
And then the guy, I think I was a senior, and that's how it ended, because I remember he was, I was making probably a couple $100 a week, which was a lot of money for a high school kid, cash. Just to fucking hand them out and get them from my friends and stuff. But it started expanding way too much where the teachers were getting involved and stuff.
Jesus.
And then he was a shady dude to begin with. And then he knew I was going to Geneseo State School and SUNY School, and he wanted me to continue it up there. And that's when I was like, all right, look, this is fucked up.
Yeah.
I knew even in my stupid young brain that, all right, this is fucked up. I got to get the fuck out
Gotta
of
lay
this.
off of this shit.
But I remember how
Surprised you never
fucking...
got caught.
I'm amazed. And we would meet in this like part of the fucking school that no one was using, and I was fucking scared shitless.
But what happened if someone
And then I
didn't
felt like
pay?
I couldn't get
Teacher's not
out.
What happened if someone didn't pay? A teacher's not going to take them out.
He'll break his legs.
I'm not sitting here like I was a mafia guy. Everyone was going to pay. It was obvious.
That'd be
so
great.
obvious.
Fucking imagine that's in the news. A teacher's breaking students' legs for not
Right.
paying on sports betting.
Right.
Oh shit.
Yeah, the payouts were usually stupid money, dumb money. But this
Yeah,
one
yeah.
time, the teacher, and I don't remember what class he taught anymore, but he fucking hit, and I had to fucking pay him.
Yeah, but you don't know the kids what they were bet. You knew what they were betting from their slips.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it was a couple bucks here. It was
$5,
like
$3,
maybe
$10.
you're getting $5 from your fellow student, maybe.
yeah,
Maybe
but you're not
10
the only
every once in a
guy
while.
doing this for that teacher. There was probably 10 other kids
In the school, you think?
in the school in the
Nah, I
area.
doubt in the school.
Well, you think
I went to a kind of a smaller high school. Harborfields was
Well,
kind of small at the time.
Maybe other schools. I mean, if
Oh,
he
he
was-
might have been. Yeah,
You
sure.
know.
Oh, sure. I'm sure he had his sheets elsewhere.
I mean,
of
to
course.
risk going to jail, you're not going to do it for $20, $30.
Yeah, that's true. Probably
You
wanted
know.
to make some righteous bucks.
I wake up one day and I'm like, what the fuck? How did this happen?
I'm part of a gambling ring. What happened?
What the fuck?
I was betting one week. I bet on basketball, college basketball. 1 week.
Isn't that like a terrible bet?
I lost. No,
betting on basketball
The point
in any
spread,
way, shape, or form.
The point spread is really tough to
Yeah.
figure out. Yeah.
I lost 12 out of 14 games. That's almost impossible.
Right, that's
you can
harder
flip
to
a
do.
coin and do better.
Yes.
I don't know. They figured out that point spread.
I think the best bet is
You could
college.
take Indiana, but you got to give 37 points.
No, college football is the best to win.
Hey, just don't forget about the 14-point spread.
Right, exactly.
What?
But they figured out with college basketball that was a tough one.
Yeah.
I used
college
to dabble
football
a little
was
bit.
good to bet on.
I think so.
Yeah, because they
Used
would
to
beat
be.
teams. They would want to raise. They would want to pump up the score for standings.
And the over-under.
God, I used to.
We got to stop talking about this. This is your addiction.
Uh-huh.
I got to shut up.
Yeah, Rich
I don't
is-
want to be the one that gives Rich the itch
Rich
to go
is
back
just
into that world.
bat.
This guy sold McDonald's at school. What, he would just go and get, what, bulk burgers? A whole bunch of them? And
That's
Can
a
I take this
go-getter.
call? Let's take this
Sure, he's a go-getter.
Let's say hi to Al in Maryland.
Yeah,
Al.
Ow. Hey, guys,
Okay.
Rich. Hey, I
Thanks.
I got my driver's license in the mid-'70s when there was uneven gas rationing. I worked at McDonald's. They let us take leftover food home, and the pies transported pretty well. I started giving them away, and then people were standing in line, so I started cooking a few extra pies every night and made a tidy living keeping my gas tank full back in those days. I was the pie guy at lunchtime. Pretty popular. Chicks loved it.
He just said chicks loved it.
Chicks loved it, so it's worth it.
So it's cool, man.
Yeah, I've told the story before about having the Apollo air conditioning van.
Thanks,
and,
Al.
no money, and I had the credit card for the gasoline for the van. And there was a Texaco station where the guy had a lobster boat also and would sell the lobsters out of the gas station. So I'd pull up, half a tank of gas, the rest lobsters, pay for it on the company credit card.
Nice.
Go home, boil them up. I'm broke. We're eating lobster tonight.
That's right.
I used to sell meat and seafood out of trucks. There was a company we used to drive around
Who
selling
would
meat.
buy that?
It was the best stuff. It was
Yeah?
gourmet food, and
Gourmet shit.
just dip out of each box. You know,
Yeah.
take one or two.
You got to take your
crab legs from
taste.
A little skim.
there. You know, it was
Little
really
for the
good.
effort.
They
Little
were
taste.
big back in the day.
Little
All these
taste,
companies.
literally.
I understand a little taste.
Sure.
Don't you remember the little Toyota trucks pulling up and trying to sell you meat and seafood? Didn't they have that in Long Island?
I don't remember those.
What a fond memory. I was Washington Drive school, so grammar school, kindergarten through 6th. And I figured out that these are all stories we've told, I guess, huh? But fuck it. The lunchroom, they would make those fucking peanut butter. My thing was peanut butter cookies back then. And they would put them outside to cool. And so I figured out if you go around the entire school, there's the trays of cookies. There's fucking.
Oh, wow.
And I got away with it for a long time. I would just take a couple every other fucking day.
Snag 'em.
Yeah. But I remember it being where it wasn't as easy as just going in. You had to kind of make some moves to get into that area. But I always did and kind of reached around and grabbed them.
It was so easy to steal cookies. You would just hold them under the tray as you're bringing your tray.
Right.
Through. You would
Good
hold
move.
cookies under your tray. I used to steal them all the time.
I grew up poor. I didn't get hot lunch.
Oh, we only got hot lunch because we had a meal ticket.
Well, it got to a
free
point.
lunch thing.
these tickets.
Did any kid ever pay for fucking lunch? Hot lunch? It seemed like everyone had that fucking welfare thing.
My mom's lunches started getting really shitty, the ones we had to bring to school. So I finally would just throw it every day and then get a nice hot lunch every day on the little change I was making from being the candy boy.
The candy guy.
I treated myself to a hot
Sad
lunch.
state of
a
affairs.
nice piece of square pizza.
In California, behind Vaughn's supermarket,
Yeah.
there was where they used to keep the depositable bottles, and people would bring it in, and they'd put it, but it was a big locked cage, and we figured out how to squeeze in between the chain link fence and the pole,
Right.
or climb over the top one day, and then I just offload them to my brother, and we'd go right back around and bring them in and
No
get
kidding.
money. Yeah.
But you couldn't take too much because then they would be onto you.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
had to know what
It
kind
was-
of taste.
It was just
to
enough
take.
for a box of ice cream sandwiches.
Yeah, you had to just take a little taste so no one knows.
Love my ice cream sandwiches.
Just skim off the top just a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah. Don't get
A
greedy.
little bit.
Don't get greedy.
A little bit.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do, you know?
Right.
We sent when we were in we were in 5th grade, and my brother and his friend were like in 3rd grade, and we sent them into the drugstore. We said, there's 2 of them. We said, whichever one of you 2 steal the most for us.
Jesus.
You're making a little gang?
Yeah. We said, well, we'll let you keep what you get.
Uh-huh.
And so my brother, and this other guy, he had 2 legs in, and they went in stealing, and they got caught.
Oh,
they
rat you out?
We were gone. I left him there.
Oh, man.
Little thief. I don't want anything to do with a thief.
Probably ratted you, though. They made us. The crying.
I don't know if there's a person alive around our age that hadn't had to sit in a back room of a supermarket or some store after getting caught. But a lot of times they didn't really involve the police.
Nah, they didn't want to.
They just wanted to scare the fuck out of you.
Yeah, they wanted to fuck with you a little bit.
I think mine was, what was it, Wallbaum's in Greenlawn? That supermarket?
Yeah.
I think it was Wallbaum's. We got caught stealing some
over there
shit.
by Harmon Pizza.
And then we were in the back room. This asshole that was probably only a few years older than us, scolding us, scaring the shit out of us. It worked though. I was done. Like,
your life of crime was over.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
I don't need some asshole yelling at me. So I'm trying to grab his. I don't even remember back then.
Yeah, Harmon Drugs and Harmon Pizza were in the Sun Up Pizza, and Harmon Drugs were by the Wallbound Shopping Center there in Greenlawn.
Okay.
Yeah, that was where the pizza place we always used to go to.
Me and Aunt lived in the same neighborhood, didn't know each other.
Yeah.
So weird.
It was like,
and then me.
One town's up.
One town, 2 towns away.
Yeah.
Same experiences. So weird. And then we meet years later.
We broke into a house, and
jeez,
when we were
that's my line.
This is what I like about me and you. Our stories are pretty
innocent Long Island shit.
And a lot of people were like, well, the time I broke in a house and I had to clock the old
bottles.
lady over the head with a fucking wrench.
So,
Right,
the mom was there, so we raped the shit out of her. And then, just kids, though.
Look, we had to cover our tracks, so we burned the house down.
Yeah, we burned the house
Just
down.
relating to what you guys were talking about.
And,
Jesus,
so then it was a short, I think, a short shootout with the cops. Then we grabbed the car that we stole.
Right. We did... I did the mail thing for a little while, but that's crazy.
And
shit.
you went to girls? What were you doing with mail? Were you stealing checks?
No, not that bad.
Christmas cards with money in them?
Yeah, stuff like that. You always knew which ones had the money in it.
Oh, yeah. Well, the Christmas cards.
That was very short-lived. That was fucking, now you're getting crazy.
Well, how about this?
Because I had a paper route, so I was like, But I wouldn't take it from the houses that I was delivering papers to. There were all those assholes that didn't want the paper.
Right.
So, and everyone knew I should be in the neighborhood, so they wouldn't question anything.
No suspicion.
That was short-lived. I want to go on record. That one was really short-lived. That was like, this is nuts.
How about
this is crazy.
Yeah, that's kind of...
Yeah.
How about the people... How about they send you...
No, what about the house you broke into,
Rich? Yeah.
Well, when we broke... they used to let us use the trampoline. We'd get off the bus and get on the trampoline and play in their backyard because they had a big fucking mansion. And then I don't know, it was me and Alvin or me or Stanley. It was fucking...
Alvin and Stanley. What was this? Fucking Bowery Boys? Who are you out with? The Little Rascals?
I don't know. We go, let's get in. Let's go inside, see what we can fucking find. And, and we're walking around, and and then I said, fuck it, let's just get something to eat. We went in the kitchen. And then
You're one of those thieves.
We didn't know what to really steal. We saw some cool Hot Wheels and shit, but we weren't old enough to go look for jewelry or something. So
or you wouldn't even know. The thing is, you wouldn't know where to off it.
Yeah, we wouldn't. We weren't
kids
old
don't
enough.
have fences.
We were only in 6th and 7th grade. We're just doing our first B&E. So
where do you find a
fence?
first
B&E?
So I think we ended up making sandwiches and
fuck that.
We made some sandwiches.
You stole sandwiches then.
We made sandwiches, and then I think there was a maid was there and saw us or something. So we ran.
Oh boy.
And it's fucking, I mean, it was kind of mean because they did let us use the trampoline. But you would think if they're letting us use the trampoline, they would have refreshments out there for us.
You'd think.
You would think.
I'll tell you the scam that I don't know what these greeting card companies and flower seeds that they wanted you to sell. Did they they would send you this whole big kit?
I remember the flower seed one. I didn't do it, but I remember it. Yeah.
Did they really think they were going to get their money? What the fuck? Who sends it?
You were supposed to sell them and then send them the money.
What kind of fucking dealers are they?
What did you get out of it? Like, what were you supposed to get out of it?
I got everything out of it. Everything I sold, I got out of it.
Like, they were supposed to take their cut.
That's funny.
Send it up to them, or they send the flower seed guy to come and fucking take a few teeth out.
Well, that's what's wrong with the school system. You know, they have these. They tell little kids don't talk to strangers, and you know, you raise your kids that way. Don't go. But all these schools have these kids selling candy and going fucking door to door, or cookies or this and that. You know, come on in. You know. It's just, I don't want my kids selling shit for your school. You get your fucking taxes from me. Why should my kid be out selling for your fucked up school? Jesus. You know what I mean?
I've already put in my share. Don't pimp my fucking kid out.
Yeah, whoever sells the most, bullshit. You know, and they get a fucking prize or award. Go fuck yourself.